the selection we had, we're looking at exactly. We're going to look at the dollar, and of course, looking at the dollar, the euro dollar, and the dollar pair, the dollar Swiss. So primarily, we're going to be looking at the dollar pairs. So first of all, of course, the first one we have to start with is the euro dollar, and as you see here, the euro dollar, we had our structural short 142.16. Our selling point was 142.16, and we have closed the week now at 136.40. So as it is a pretty powerful trade, about 600 points on average. On Friday we had a sell-off of 161 points, and we closed pretty much near the low of the day. So that is but we did have a small bounce of the low. So with that, we're going to look at this is the our daily chart. Of course, we're missing Friday, so the close here was what's the close, guys? 136 what? On the can somebody type the close? I don't want to switch. 136.49. So this is where we are today. This is the close that we have today. 130, 135, 136.50. Stephen, you have a 100 pip missing. Yeah, 136.50. Yeah. I will check, Laura, in a sec. So anyway, we have broken through another structure point, and this here, this point over here, guys, this point over here, one 138.36. This here, this is now our golden structure, if you will. That's a new term, but I mean, I'm just and we are here. We are closing the week 136.55. Okay. So this, I'm just gonna make. I'm trying. So this is where we are for the close. Now 136.55. I'm just gonna see where the 136.55 takes us. Too much lines here on this chart. I want to get a clear picture of what I'm looking at. So 136.55. Okay, now you can see, guys, where the 136.55 is doing, or around the 136. It goes all the way back to the high of 2004. It was also the high of April 2007. And when we broke it once over here back in 2008, we had a lot of volatility around the 136 here, so we can see. Again, I'm looking for the behavior so that I can expect the similar behavior right now. So you can see there we got a pause, but we did still have a couple of breakdowns below this before we got the pause, but we're still having a downward bias. Also, interestingly, when we broke above it, this was the high over here, and then we broke above it with momentum. It came back and gave us a pause at or about the same price point in 2009. It was also pretty much the top over here in 2009, also right there. So you can see, guys, that it is pretty much, look like this is interesting. Look at this. So the 136.55 area seems to be a pretty relevant price point, and it is a price point that the market has been observing many times. This is where we are. I'm just putting the arrow because we're missing Friday data over here. So what we are going to do now, we are going to hold on to our short positions, if you will, and we are expecting at least one more push to the downside, and we are going to place a tight stop so that if we are going to get any noise at or around the 136.55, we are going to take profits on our short positions. Okay, but again, we are going to stay with the short. We're not going to say it is going to hold. We're going to put a stop above it so that we can keep an eye on the. So if you go now to the intraday, no, Laura, this is not a late day reversal. No, you're still looking for a continuation to the downside, and what we are going to do is we are now going to go short below the low of the day, which is the 136.26. So for the euro, we're going to go short below 136.26, and our structural short point this missing this day makes it a little bit confusing, right? But the next structure point would be the 134. the 134.46. So the next structure short is going to be the 134.46. Okay. Now, of course, as always, we have to keep in mind to have a long point. And with what we see now on the chart, guys, there is nothing here that gives us any reason to actually think of going long. We have a structure point which is the 138.60. Let me see what there's really no reason. I mean, if we, let's say maybe the 137.46. If you look again, I mean, we have a point on the daily chart of 137.46. It is not. It is just a buy. I mean, that could be an initial buy signal, maybe for a short covering. But we do have a bona fide downtrend in the euro, so we'll buy it above 137.46, and our structure long is going to be the 138, which is this golden point, 138.36. So we are going to buy it above 137.46, and our structural long point is the 138.36. And if I'm going to go short below 136.26, I'm going to place my stop above 136.80, because I'm expecting a lot of volatility over here, so we can get a spike. So we're using about a stop on that of about 60 pips, 70 pips on that, so it's going to be 136. You might as well use the 37 handle. No, tell you what, we use the market side. I know it's a big stop, but look at this. Look at this. I mean, you have to just give it a little bit of leeway, or you can take the second short. Don't take the first short, take the second short. Okay, and if I'm buying it above I'm going to use the 137 market side as a long and a short stop. So to wrap it up, we're going to buy the euro above 137.46, and if we do, we have the golden structure point at 138.36, and if we do buy it, we're going to place our stop 30 pips below our entry, and on the short side, we're going to go short below 136.26, which is the low of Friday, and if we do, we're going to place our stop again above 137.10, which is about 80 pips away. Again, because of the volatility, we have to give it enough room to move, and our structure short is going to be the 134.46. It's about 400 pips from here, and if we do go short, as I said, we're going to use the 137.10 to be our stop, and the bias is definitely to the downside. Okay, you want to be taking every buy, every sell signal, so you don't miss on the trade. Okay, let me save that.